So who can remind us what we covered last before we move on? Who can remind us what we covered last? Someone, anyone? What we covered last in the last class? What did we cover in the last class? Someone? Someone to remind us what we covered in the last class. Anyone? A volunteer? Okay, just to give you a refresher, what we did over the last class is we covered how to buy coins, not coins rather, how to buy tokens on the decentralized exchanges. And we defined the differences between a coin and a token. And what did we say? The difference between a coin and a token? Someone? What's the difference between a coin and a token? Pius? The difference between a coin and a token? Pius, let's go.
A coin runs on its own blockchain, but a token runs on already existing blockchain.
Yes, let's appreciate Pius. Yes, so a coin runs on its own blockchain, but a token runs on the blockchain of an existing coin. So that is what we did. And we said, just to give you a refresher, we said that before buying any coin, for example, someone has told you to buy Rio, what you need to do, you're supposed to use our crypto aggregators. Let's say, for example, in this case, I'll use CoinMarketCap. Let me just look for CoinMarketCap right here. CoinMarketCap like that. So if someone has told you to buy a coin like Rio, number one, what you're supposed to come and look for that coin on our crypto aggregators. And we said we have different types of crypto aggregators. We have the CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Crypto Bubbles, and so forth. Which are the crypto aggregators that we discussed on the decentralized exchanges? Someone? Crypto aggregators for the decentralized, for the DEXs? Crypto aggregators for the DEXs. We talked about 3 crypto aggregators for the DEXs. Someone to help us remember. Then Joseph, we talked about crypto. Name one, someone else will name another. We can have Ayub name the second one. Crypto aggregators for decentralized exchanges. Yes, let's go.
Dexcrina.
Yes, Dexcrina. Yes.
Dexcrina.
Yes. Let's appreciate Joseph. We have Dexcrina. Ayub, you can give us the second one. Ayub. Ama, you wanted to say Dexcrina. Okay, Ayub has been liquidated. Let's have Pius. Pius, which one did you want to say?
Dexcrina.
You wanted to say Dexcrina?
Yeah.
Okay. Another one?
DeFi Llama.
Yes, DeFi Llama. Perfect. Then the last one we can have, who can we have? Kindly put up your hand again so I can see you. The last crypto aggregator, we've talked about Dexcrina, DeFi Llama. The other one? Last one. Joseph.
Dex Tools.
Yes, Dex Tool. Let's appreciate Joseph, guys. Yes, so those were the crypto aggregators for the DEXs. We talked about Dexcrina, DeFi Llama, and the Dex Tools. But there are so many others, but those are the commonly used crypto aggregators. But in this case, I was talking about if someone told you to buy a coin like Rio, what you need to do, come on our normal crypto aggregators, which is CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, Crypto Bubbles, search for that coin. Here we've done that. Then click on it. Then after clicking on it, what you need to do is to know the exchanges that are actually selling, that you can actually buy this crypto from. So from this part, come to this segment, markets, then you'll see all the exchanges that it has been listed on. You can see it has been listed on the decentralized exchange, which is Uniswap, but we have the centralized exchanges, OKX, MEXC, KuCoin, and so on and so forth. So if a coin has been listed on centralized exchanges, it is easier and cheaper to buy from the centralized exchange than going to the decentralized exchanges. But if it is on the decentralized exchanges, you have no option but to go and buy from the decentralized exchanges. Basically, that is what we covered over our last class, how to buy coins on the decentralized exchanges. So for this class, what you're gonna do, it's gonna be a very easy class. I think we're not gonna exhaust like 30 minutes because it is basically definition of, or sometimes we've covered already, others we've not, so it will be a walkover on this one. So any questions before I proceed? Any questions on how to buy tokens or coins? Any question? If everything is clear, thumbs up so I can get a heads up. So I can get a heads up. Okay, Joseph?
I was asking because if you can set a limit on DEXs and how.
No, you cannot set a limit on DEXs, but no, you cannot. The only way you do that is by swapping. Remember on decentralized exchanges last week?
Yes.
You cannot.
So somebody told me that you can use, e.g. in Solana, you can use something called Trojan bot.
That is an option that is available, but I don't advise people to do that. Only buy coins. Remember, we said that decentralized exchanges is having the liquidity. Decentralized exchanges do not have a lot of liquidity, so I'll prefer for all those things that you want to do, limit orders and stuff, do it on the centralized exchanges because of the factor of liquidity. Ayub, any comment or a question?
Hello, hi Wanjiku.
Hi.
I think it's a question.
Uh-huh.
Are we not supposed to do this on 10?
Okay, so you get the right.
Yep.
Lesson 10, just repeat that again for those guys who have joined us right now. I've said that Warohi was supposed to cover lesson 10, which is factors that affect the rise of crypto prices and the fear and greed index, factors you should consider before selling your crypto. Those were the things that were supposed to be covered today, but I don't know. He has not communicated. I don't know where he is. Maybe he has encountered some difficulties, but I'll confirm from him. So he'll cover lesson 10 tomorrow. So I've decided instead of wasting this class, I'll cover what I was supposed to cover tomorrow. Then tomorrow he'll come and cover lesson 10. Is that okay? Ayub?
Yeah, it's okay, thanks.
Yes. I've said basically the crypto Bible is definition of terms that you've already done before. And some others will be new, but it's nothing that is very difficult. So 30 minutes of your time and we'll be done. So let's go. The Crypto Bible is just a comprehensive guide to crypto terminologies. It's just a name to encompass all the terminologies that people use in the crypto field. Number one, there's airdrop. We've done that before. We have done that before. We've mentioned that, and we have a separate class that will talk about airdrops alone. So what's an airdrop? A distribution of free tokens to holders of a particular cryptocurrency, often used as a marketing strategy. Anyone who has participated in any airdrop this year? There's so many airdrops that have happened, not this year, last year. There's so many airdrops that have happened last year. If you've encountered any airdrop or participated in any, raise up your hand, tell us which one. Any airdrop. Pius? Can see your hand is up. Huh? I can't quite get you. I don't know why I can't get you. Okay, I don't know what has happened, but anyway, let's have someone else. Ayub, I can see your hand is up. Any airdrop that you participated in? Yes, please you can text. Any airdrop you've participated in? Last year, the year before, this year? You guys have not participated in any airdrops. We've had the World Coin. No one has participated with World Coin or even gotten some funds from World Coin. World Coin, Hamster, all those TikTok, Twitter things. Telegram. Victor, any airdrop you've participated in? Can see your hand is up.
So,
Yes, so there's so many. But just to mention the most common ones that I know almost every Kenyan has done is the hamster. Someone else is mentioning human coin. Yes, human coin, hamster, world coin. Yeah, those are examples of airdrops. Then you have an altcoin. We talked about this. Any cryptocurrency that is not Bitcoin is called altcoin. Altcoin from the word alternative coin. So any other coin that is not Bitcoin is called an altcoin. ATH is basically the all-time high, the highest price a cryptocurrency has ever reached. And we looked at how you look at that. If, for example, let me navigate back to Rio. If you want to see the highest price or the ATH of Rio, we'll come to the left side where we have all the crypto tokens. Left side of our chart, what we are seeing here. If you scroll down, you'll see ATH all-time high. So the highest price Rio has ever achieved is actually $17 million actually. That's the all-time high. And you can see the price right now, quite a discount. Then the all-time low is basically the lowest price that a cryptocurrency has ever achieved. And here we have the lowest price of Rio, which is 0.0729, and you can see the date at which the all-time low was achieved. That is October 2021, 3 years ago, and the all-time high was November 2021, 3 years ago. So basically that is what we mean by all-time high and all-time low. Then we have the ACIC, a specialized mining device designed for cryptocurrency mining. Do not worry about that. We'll cover that when we'll be looking at the topic mining. Then we have the bear market. This everyone can describe this, a bear market and a bull market. Basically, a bear market is a prolonged period of declining prices in the crypto market. At this point, everyone can describe Bitcoin. There's no need of going back to that. Then we are having the blockchain. We talked about the blockchain is a decentralized distributed ledger technology that records transactions across many computers. I think we broke this down over the first lesson that we ever covered, that was introduction to cryptocurrencies. A bull market, a prolonged period of rising prices in the crypto market. We talked about banning, a permanent removal of tokens from circulation to reduce supply. And we said that banning happens to different types of cryptocurrency, but which process happens to the Bitcoin that actually is similar to banning because it reduces the supply of Bitcoin in the market. The process, we don't call it Bitcoin banning, but what do we call it? A process that helps reduce the supply of Bitcoin in the market. And it happened last year around April. Let's have Sylvia.
Halving.
Yes.
Halving.
Yes, the Bitcoin halving. Do not worry about that. We'll discuss that also in a different class on its own, but it's called the Bitcoin halving. Let's appreciate Sylvia. Then we have a centralized exchange. We talked about centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. I'm very sure everyone knows about that. We talked about a cold wallet, and I actually sent a video recording explaining or rather showing you guys my cold wallet, my ledger. It was actually a ledger cold wallet. Then we have consensus mechanism. This we shall look into when we are talking about the topic mining. Mining will be a class on its own. We'll talk about proof of work, proof of stake, and all those. Then you have a crypto wallet, a software or a hardware device used to store, send, and receive cryptocurrency. So far, we've talked about custodial wallets, non-custodial wallets. We've looked at all of them. So at this point, I know everyone knows about crypto wallet. And here it is, custodial wallet, a wallet where that party holds your private key. Who can give us an example of a custodial wallet? Someone? Examples of custodial wallets. A wallet where that party holds the private keys. Custodial wallet. Let's start with Joseph.
Binance wallet.
Yes, the Binance wallet. Sylvia?
Trust wallet.
No. Remember what we are talking about? Custodial wallets. Wallets where that party holds the private keys.
Bitgate.
Yes, the Bitgate wallet. Evans? Eh? Yes, Kraken wallet. Basically, let's appreciate the three guys, Sylvia, Evans, and Joseph. Great. So basically, when you're talking about custodial wallets, you're talking about wallets that exist within centralized exchanges. So any centralized exchange that has a wallet, that qualifies being a custodial wallet. Let's go to examples of non-custodial wallets. Basically, the inverse of this, a wallet where you as the user holds your private keys. Examples of non-custodial wallets. Let's go. Examples of non-custodial wallets. Sylvia, you can start us off with what you mentioned before.
Trust wallet.
Yes, the Trust wallet. Let's see who we have. Tiberius. Tiberius, I can see your hand is up.
Pionex.
What?
Pionex.
I've not heard of that one, but probably because there are so many wallets out here. But yes, let's
MetaMask.
Yes, MetaMask wallet, yeah. MetaMask. Ayub?
Phantom wallet.
Yes, the Phantom wallet. Pius, your hand was up.
Jupiter.
Yes, Jupiter. No. Jupiter is not a wallet. Jupiter is a decentralized exchange for Solana. Do not confuse that. Decentralized exchange for Solana. Okay. So Jupiter is not a type of non-custodial wallet. Rather, it is a decentralized exchange for Solana. Let's have Joseph.
Solfair.
Yes, Solfair. Yes, for Solana projects. Sylvia, let's go again.
The Web3 wallet on Binance.
Yes, the Web3 wallet on Binance. Ayub?
What about the Kukai wallet?
Who?
Kukai wallet.
I would like to use so I don't know, but if it gives you as the user, kindly mute yourself. If you as the user, you are given the private keys to hold them, then it qualifies being a non-custodial wallet. I've not interacted with this, so I cannot confirm. But just to mention a few, we have the Solfair, I Am Token, Venom wallet, we have Trust wallet, we have the MetaMask, we have the Exodus wallet, and so on and so forth. Let's continue. So DAO, we'll talk about this, do not worry, but basically it's an organization governed by smart contracts and community voting. Then we have the DApp, decentralized application, an application that runs on a blockchain without a central authority. So it's basically an application that doesn't have a centralized authority. Then you have decentralization. Think this everyone knows, but just to mention, the distribution of control and decision making away from the central authority. Then we have DeFi. This is decentralized finance. So these are financial services using the blockchain technology to eliminate intermediaries. For example, I'm very sure in the near future, banks will be moving or shifting into the blockchain. So they'll cease being centralized finance For example, we can say equity is a centralized finance because it is controlled and owned by someone. It has a central authority. But once they move their systems maybe into the blockchain, then it will cease from being a centralized finance and now it will become a decentralized finance. You'll see this DYOR in most blogs that are for crypto people or tweets from crypto guys. They always end their tweets with DYOR, which means do your own research. So it means a reminder to investigate before investing in any crypto project. Then you have ERC20. I think this we've talked about. What did we call, what's the token, the standard for Ethereum based token is ERC20. What is the standard for Binance, not Binance, yes, Binance based token? Someone? We are talking about ERC20 right here as a standard for Ethereum based token. What is the standard for Binance based tokens? Pius?
BNB Smart Chain.
Yes, BNB Smart Chain, or what is that is the word in full. What is its ticker?
BSC.
BSC, not quite there, but good trial. Joseph?
BEP20.
Yes, the BEP20. Let's appreciate Joseph and Pius, guys. Yes, the BEP20. That's basically it. Then we talked about Ethereum, a blockchain platform that supports smart contracts and decentralized application. I explained about this and I have a question now. I said Solana does the same thing as Ethereum, but why do you think Solana is more popular? Solana is also a blockchain platform that supports smart contracts and decentralized application. But why do you think most guys prefer Solana to Ethereum? Let's have someone else other than Pius and Joseph. Let's have someone else. Apart from Ambrose, let's go.
Video to SV.
Yes, perfect. Let's appreciate Ambrose. That's basically the reason behind that. Solana ecosystem is cheaper. Ethereum has the most expensive gas fees. We talked about exchanges, a platform where users can buy and sell and trade cryptocurrencies. And under exchanges, we talked about centralized exchanges and decentralized exchanges. At this point, I know everyone knows about centralized exchanges. So my question will not be based on centralized exchanges, rather decentralized exchanges. And once you mention a decentralized exchange, tell us the network it supports. Let's go. And I'll start. Uniswap, Ethereum-based tokens. So Uniswap is an exchange, but a decentralized exchange for Ethereum-based tokens. Let's go. Joseph?
Radium Solana.
Radium Solana-based tokens. Pius?
Pancake Swap.
Pancake Swap?
BNB.
Yes, not BNB actually, but correct answer. Pius?
Imekataa kukuja.
Okay, but you are clear.
That's
So,
Binance.
Binance?
Binance Coin, that one.
Yes, Binance Smart Chain tokens. That's Pancake Swap, Binance Smart Chain tokens. Another one? Joseph?
Jupiter Solana.
Yes, Jupiter Solana. I can mention one, then you tell me the token it supports. So PooCoin. Any other person to give it a try other than Joseph? Ambrose?
Binance Virtual.
Yes. Let's appreciate the guys that have answered. Yes, you're correct. Actually, I was wrong in my head. I don't know why I was thinking about Ethereum. But yeah, you're correct. PooCoin, Binance Smart Chain tokens. So yeah, we've looked at exchanges, fiat currency. We say these are government issued currencies that are not backed up by any physical commodity. So when you talk about USD, when you talk about euro, when you talk about Kenya shillings, when you talk about I don't know the notes, how they call it, the Tanzanian cash, whatever they call them, all those government issued currencies are what we call the fiat currency. Then we looked into FOMO. FOMO is basically fear of missing out, the feeling of urgency to invest in a rapidly rising asset. What's the opposite of FOMO? Someone? I don't think thank you, Tanzanian kwacha. Thank you, Joseph. It's called the Tanzanian kwacha. Okay. So the opposite, I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but let's see if there's someone who knows it. The opposite of JOMO. I've just given it out. It's JOMO. FOMO is fear of missing out. Then JOMO is joy of missing out. I've given out the answer, but anyway. So the opposite of FOMO is JOMO. Ambrose, you have a question?
Yeah, well, Tanzania is not quarter. Quarter is Zambia. Tanzania is shilling. So I don't know why you say Tanzanian quarter. What is it about?
Tanzanian shilling?
No, there's an answer that you give and you say Tanzanian quarter. Quarter is in Zambia.
Okay. Thank you for that correction. So, Joseph, I hope you've seen that. It's not Tanzanian kwacha, it's called Tanzanian shilling. Thank you for that correction. So then you have a fork. A change in a blockchain's protocol that creates a new version of the network. Do not worry, we'll talk about that in the near future. I've said basically today we're talking about definition of crypto terms. You have FUD. I'm very sure you've heard about people talking about FUD. It's basically fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So negative news or rumors used to manipulate market sentiments. So then we have gas fees. This everyone knows. It's basically, in layman's terms, is what you call transaction fees. Like for example, if I'm sending you 100 bob via M-Pesa, I'll pay a transaction fee of around 10 shilling, if I'm not wrong, 10 shilling. So what we call 10 shilling in layman's, in crypto is what we call gas fees. We have what we call the Genesis block. This is the first blockchain, the first ever blockchain. You can guess which network was it on? The first block in a blockchain. Genesis. Who can give a guess? The Genesis block. Joseph?
Bitcoin.
Yes, the Bitcoin. Then you have what we call the halving. We've talked about this. A scheduled event that reduces the mining reward of cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin halving, that occurs after every 4 years. Which other coins undergoes halving? Someone. I don't know if I've ever mentioned here, but you can throw it here.
Litecoin.
Yes, Litecoin. Let's appreciate Ambrose. Yes, Litecoin. Litecoin also undergoes halving. But coins like they're not coming to my head right now, but there are other coins undergo banning, like Shiba Inu. Yes, that's what I was looking for. Shiba Inu undergoes banning, but Bitcoin and Litecoin undergoes what we call halving. But we'll talk about halving in a separate class. Then you have the hash rate, the computational power used to process blockchain transaction. This is basically on Web3. And I said, if you want to learn or dive deep into Web3, what you can do, you can come to this part on our website and basically go through this course. Let me just do it right now. If you want to dive deep into Web3, just come to this part, then you'll see the Web3 and blockchain course. And at that part, you can come and learn more about Web3. You'll understand the hash rates, how mining works in depth, and so forth and so forth. So if I'm to come here, let me just show you. The Web3 and blockchain course. Here you learn what is Web3, prerequisites of blockchain, who should take an interest in blockchain, what is blockchain, now in depth, understanding hash, miners, and nodes, and all that. It goes all the way to, I think, lesson, I don't know, lesson Sunday. Let's see, the last lesson. There's hashing. I want to go to the last page. You can see how many lessons they are. But basically, this is where you can go through that. So if you want to learn more about Web3, just come to that part and you will find the course. They are all topic 20. So there are 20 classes. Then we are talking about hash rate that you can get under that course, the Web3 course. You have HODL. HODL is basically means hold on for dear life. So it's a long-term crypto investment strategy. We'll talk about this also. Then you have a hot wallet, a cryptocurrency wallet connected to the internet. Basically, is what guys had mentioned, what we talked about, trust wallets, all those. That is what you call a hot wallet. An ICO, we talked about this when we are discussing, like we passed through them when we are discussing ways of acquiring crypto. We talked about ICOs, IDOs, pre-sales, and there's another one I'm forgetting. But yeah, IDOs, yes, ICO, IEOs, IDOs, and pre-sales. That will be discussed. I think the course of this week, I'll be back on maybe Thursday. We'll talk about all those three. Four ways of acquiring crypto. So an ICO is initial coin offering, a fundraising method where new cryptocurrencies sell tokens to investors. Then we have IEOs, a token sale conducted through an exchange, and then we'll talk about IDOs and we'll talk about pre-sales on Thursday. Then we've talked about JOMO, a relief felt when avoiding a bad investment. I've mentioned this when we're talking about FOMO. It's basically the opposite of FOMO. You have FOMO, fear of missing out. Then you have JOMO, joy of missing out. You have KYC, know your customer. Everyone that owns a Binance account here or an exchange, an account with any exchange, centralized exchange, they have done their KYC, a process where exchanges verify users' identities to prevent what fraud. So they'll ask you for your biometrics, that is fingerprint or facial, whatever. Then they'll ask you for your ID or your driving license. Basically, that process is what we call KYC. Know your customer or know your client. Then you have layer one, the base level of blockchain like Bitcoin and Ethereum. You have layer twos and all that. So these are basically categories of cryptocurrency. So if I'm to come to this part, you'll find I want us to go back to our crypto aggregator. Then if I'm to come to cryptocurrencies and come to categories right here, you'll see they are grouped into layer ones, layer twos. If I scroll down, you'll find layer ones, layer twos, DeFi, meme coins. They're all here. Don't know why we don't have layer ones here. Let me just try with another crypto aggregator. Let's say CoinGecko. CoinGecko. So if I'm to come to categories right here, this is another type of crypto aggregator. So where is categories? Let me go back to, categories right there. Here they are. Layer 1, you'll see layer 1 coins here, proof of work coins, layer 2 and meme coins here, decentralized finance coin, exchange tokens. Which is the exchange token for Binance? Exchange token for Binance. Exchange token for Binance. Someone? That's so easy. Exchange token for Binance. Joseph?
BNB.
Yes, BNB. Let's have another one. An exchange token for Mexi. Mexi is also a centralized exchange. Exchange token for Mexi, or rather exchange token for BitGet. Someone? Exchange token for Mexi or for BitGet? Evans?
For MX is MX token.
MX token, yes, correct. Pius for BitGet.
BGB.
BGB. Let's appreciate the three guys, Evans, Pius, and Joseph. Yeah, perfect. So that's basically it. So going back to our slides, we have layer 1, layer 2. I think we've discussed that. Then you have liquidity, the ease of converting assets into cash without affecting the price stability. We've talked about this for the longest time. We have liquidity provider, a user who adds funds to decentralized exchange liquidity pool. We'll cover that when you're talking about pools. We'll look into that. Then we have market cap. At this point, there's a word I told you guys, a layman's term that you'll use it in your head to remember what market cap stands for. Someone? Market cap in other terms, Evans?
Network.
Yes, the net worth. Basically, when we talk about market cap, that's a term in crypto that stands from net worth. Then we discussed on how to get that, and basically it's price multiplied by the circulating supply. I won't dive deep into what is circulating supply, what is total supply, what is fully diluted circulating supply. All that we discussed that when we're talking about crypto aggregators over that bonus class. When we talked about the bonus class, the Q&A class, we discussed about those metrics. Then you have mining. We have a separate class on the topic mining, but just to mention, is the process of validating transactions and adding them to the blockchain. We have what we call the mainnet, is the live version of a blockchain network. We'll talk about that when we'll be discussing about mining. Then NFT, non-fungible token. We have a separate class when we'll be talking about the metaverse, the NFTs, and Web3. So there'll be a separate topic where we'll discuss Web3, NFTs, and what? And the metaverse. But just to mention, NFT is a unique digital asset stored on the blockchain, oftenly representing art, collectibles, or real-world items. Ellie, you have a question? Can see your hand is up. Ellie? Okay, I'll assume that's a mistake. So we have the next one, which is a node, a computer that participates in a blockchain network by validating transaction. Just to come back to this course right here, if you want to understand all these things, nodes and all that, you'll find them on this lesson right here. Let me see if there's a place named nodes or something. The Mickle tree, smart contracts, no, it's not there. Cryptography, yes, nodes in blockchain. If you want to learn more about nodes, this is basically the topic that will come and study that. Then you have off-chain transactions that occur outside the blockchain to reduce congestion. Then we have on-chain transactions that are actually recorded on the blockchain. We have the Oracle, a service that provides real-world data to smart contracts. We look at that when we're talking about smart contracts. We have a private key. This is basically what we've been talking about, private key and public key. But if you want to understand in depth, under this lesson, or rather this curriculum here that we're talking about, Web3, so under this part, asymmetric key cryptography, you'll find more details or more intense details about the private key and the public key. But basically, a private key, a secret code allowing users to access and control their crypto funds, and a public key is a cryptographic key used to receive cryptocurrency transactions. Then you have a pump and dump, a scheme where cryptocurrency's price will artificially we mean manipulated. By artificial, we mean that the price did not go up organically, but it was manipulated. It goes up very fast, then it goes down very fast. So that's why you call it a pump and dump. a scheme where cryptocurrency price is artificially inflated before being sold off by early investors. Then we have what we call a quorum, the minimum number of participants needed to make a decision in a blockchain network. Then you have a rug pull. Rug pull, pump and dump is almost the same thing, because a rug pull is also a scam where developers abandon a project and steal investors' funds. So what they do, they launch a project, it pumps, people will FOMO in. We've said FOMO is fear of missing out. They'll FOMO into that project because they're seeing it's pumping. Then the developers themselves will sell it. By abandoning it, we mean they'll sell off that project and the price of that project goes to zero. So no wonder you're saying it's a scam where developers abandon a project and steal investors' funds. Then you have ROI, return on investment. Anyone who has done finance knows about ROI, return on investment, the percentage gain or loss from an investment. The second last part of this, we have Satoshi Nakamoto. This everyone knows, the creator of Bitcoin, and is always anonymous. Then smart contracts, a self-executing contract with coded terms and condition. We talked about a stable coin, and I remember we actually went to CoinMarketCap, or rather CoinGecko. Then under these categories, we looked about stable coins. Here we have them. So they are coins that are pegged to any, let's see, for example, we are having here Tether, or what you call USDT, is pegged to the dollar. And no wonder the price of Tether is equal to the price of the dollar. USDC, the same, pegged to the dollar. USDS, pegged to the dollar. But you'll find other coins that are pegged to other, I want to use the correct term, coins pegged to what? To a stable asset. Yeah, that's the term. A stable asset. So for example, you can see this coin, Tether Gold, is pegged to the value of the gold. You can see that the value of Tether Gold is what? 3,000 and some values USDT there. PayPal USDT pegged to the dollar, $1, and so on and so forth. We have Pax Gold pegged to the gold, and that no wonder its price is approximately $3,000. So a stable coin is basically a coin that is pegged to a stable asset, for example, the USD or the gold, like we have seen. Then have staking. We look at staking, I think, next week. And when you're looking at staking, we'll also, the same class, we look at something we call masternodes, because they operate more or less the same. So a staking is locking up cryptocurrency to support a blockchain network, and thereafter you earn your rewards by committing your amount like there. So no wonder I'm saying we'll cover them under the same class. We'll talk about staking and masternodes because they work more or less the same. We have what we call a token. We have defined this as we are starting this class, and Pius had told us that a token is a digital asset built on an existing blockchain, but a coin is built on its own blockchain. We have TPS, transactions per second, a measure of blockchain speed. We have trading pair. We look at trading pairs when we will be talking about trading, spot trading, and futures trading. So it's basically two cryptocurrencies that can be traded against each other. BTC against Ethereum, but we'll also look at why most traders prefer having a trading pair that is attached to the USDT. So you'll see most traders trading. I've not seen most traders trading like this at BTC against Ethereum, but you'll see BTC against USDT, Ethereum against USDT, Solana against USDT, and we look at the reasons why they prefer USDT. We have what we call utility token, a token used to access specific service or function within a blockchain ecosystem. That is basically self-explained. Validator, a participant in a blockchain network that verifies transactions. I think I did show you this one right here when we were talking about blockchain explorers, where we had what is it called? A wallet address. We did input it on the blockchain explorer. Then we looked at how many verifiers had actually verified that transaction. If you can remember that part, thumbs up. If you can actually remember that, yes, great. So we have volatility, the degree of price fluctuation in the market. In layman's terms, is basically how prices in the crypto market move up and down. Price fluctuation in simpler terms. And the last part of this class, we look at wallet address. We've talked about wallet address for the longest time, but it is a unique identifier used to receive cryptocurrency. Web3, the next generation of internet that is powered by blockchain and decentralization. Currently, we are on Web2. So the next generation of the internet is what we call the Web3. But don't worry, we have a class where we'll be talking about Web3, the metaverse, and the NFT. So you'll get to understand what Web3 is. A whale is an individual or entity holding large amounts of cryptocurrencies. Then a white paper, we talked about white paper, and I actually did show you where you can get white papers of different coins. So if I'm to come to CoinMarketCap, let's choose any coin. Let's choose BTC. So if I'm to come to BTC, for example, if I want to see the BTC white paper, what I'll do, I'll come to my crypto aggregator, that is CoinMarketCap. On my left side, we have the tokenomics of that coin. This part right, you'll see we have the website to Bitcoin, then we have the Bitcoin's white paper. And we say that a Bitcoin white paper is a document outlining a cryptocurrency's project purpose, number one, technology, and its roadmap. XRP is a type of cryptocurrency that is designed for fast cross-border transaction. Then you have yield farming. Don't worry about this. We have a topic on farming. We'll talk about this, but just to mention, earning rewards by lending or staking a cryptocurrency in the DeFi platforms. Lastly, we have what we call the zero knowledge proof, a cryptographic method for verifying information without actually revealing it. And with that, we come to the end of our class. So if you have any question, kindly, this is the time to ask. Any question on this class? It could be on this class or any related question, or on the past classes. If you have a question, kindly ask. I said this class will be short because it's basically definition of terms. Definition of terms. Someone is saying I slide the notes again. Here they are. Crypto Bible, bear market. Yeah, I think you've covered everything. There's no part I think I've jumped or missed on. But yeah, any question? If everything is clear to that part, thumbs up. Okay, perfect. So if everything is clear, then I'll end this class from this part. We meet tomorrow. Remember, we jumped a class. This is lesson 11. So Warohi will be in tomorrow for lesson 10, and that will be on factors affecting crypto prices, factors to consider when before selling a crypto, and lastly, you'll cover fear and greed index. Otherwise, guys, have a good night. We'll see each other tomorrow. Bye bye.